so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
I'm yearning and yearning for you. My heart.
Já připojím.
Every last bit of my way.
Yep.
Every last bit that I'm laid. Every last bit that I
Tak.
save is intended for.
Doufám, že tam bude Forza Horizon. Ať ten Minecraft, jen se to má tam.
A to live sleduješ na YouTube, nebo?
Jo, to je na YouTube.
Jak se to jmenuje?
Xbox Showcase. Game Showcase.
Jo, už to vidím.
An adventure made for capitalism by capitalism.
Jo, tak to bude nějaká hra.
Inflate our impressions and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
World premiéra.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know,
To je za hra.
humans are problem.
To bude High on Life 2, že? Jo. Jsem nehrál, ale je to prý dobrá přívěvka.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
What the fuck?
To je prostě nějaká gameska.
Random hra prostě. No.
World premiere.
To bude další příběhovka. Asi.
Jich tam bude asi tak, jich tam bude hodně těch příběhů, podle mě.
Samozřejmě.
Ale kdyby tam byla Forza Horizon, tak si to asi koupím.
To tam, jestli to tam teďka nebude, v tom streamu, ale spíš v tomhletom, prostě, tak to nevyjde dřív jak GTA 6 určitě. To byla škoda. No tak vychází, že by už by to mělo být tady. Musí být. Já jsem teda změnil na ruku. Jo. Mě jsem někam přiběl, teda nevím, co to je ještě za hra. Ale se dívím, že jsem tu minulou poznal. Ježišmarja.
Bude. To je reklama.
To bude reklama na nějaký ten... Nějaký... Že Steam Deck 2?
Asi jo.
Ne, to bude něco Xboxového. To bude nějaký Xbox handle? Nová Xbox konzole? Ne, to je Xbox Rock. Jaká konzole asi i tak. OK.
To vypadá hodně dobře.
Lepší jak Nintendo Switch 2, skoro. Ty vole.
Víc asi neudělali. Ale zase není tak jako... Není tak... Jakože nám se tak lehce spojit jako... A přizpůsobit si ho.
Já mám takový pocit, že tohle to bude dost výkonný na to, aby to hrál i nějaké ty velké hry. This is an Xbox. Tak jsem zvědavý. 500 GB storage 16 MB. OK, dobrý.
At Xbox, we strive to put players first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not
To bude něco, že oznámí, že budou spolupracovat se Steamem?
The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox
Teďka tam
and the
říkají
freedom
to
of
s tím
Windows.
Xbox Rock.
On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Connect. And the highly
Crazy.
anticipated
To si koupíte na Steamu, můžete hrát na Xbox konzolích.
and in-game pass from the Ally releases later this year.
Tak
In fact,
to je hodně jako
every new
to.
game you see in today's show will be playable on the
To
Xbox
je
Ally.
když je také Epic Games sparované s
We have
PlayStationem.
always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any
Takže to je
screen.
dobré.
That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today.
Mě strašně miluji ten Xbox Play Anywhere, protože ty si můžeš koupit tu hru jednou, někde, můžeš to hrát na čemkoliv.
And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass.
Jenom
With a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should
Prosím,
have.
že tam bude Forza Horizon 6, ale...
Anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolf Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Bedejnamko. To bude zase nějaký... Jo, tak to mi to říká. Zajímavý. Rebeloví vlci.
Monsters have always been here. Monsters have always watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest shadows.
Já jsem si dát na nižší kvalitu.
They came out into the light.
A máš tam odděnu.
We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead.
Pepičku, máš tam odděnu.
Vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule.
Okay.
To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though.
Další přiběhovka, jak jsem říkal. Jak se říkal.
But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
Okay. Zajímavá hra.
World premiere.
Ježiš, to je co zas? Moulové, nebo co to má být jako? No jasně, že to je. Vůbec mi to nic neříká.
To je plošinovka.
Nějaká plošinovka, yes. Dej mi 500 000. Donate. Ne, dělám si srandu. Donate něco povinné, pokud chceš nějak podpořit, třeba peněžně, tak klidně pošli něco. Cokoliv. OK.
Proč mi tam toho prostě horizonu?
Pro. Musí být.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Ninja?
I'll kill the dark dragon myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven ninja.
Okay, takže asi další příběhovka.
Breaking the dark dragon free has its consequences.
This is it.
Señorita.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
Tak to bylo ale hodně kruté.
No, to bylo hodně brutální.
Bylo, no.
Hodně krve tam je, no. Na kečupu, samozřejmě.
Teďka.
Seda? Co to je? Indiana Jones. OK. Bude dobrá nějaká gameska.
Prostě asi stáhnu jako. Kdyby v tom nebyl multiplayer, tak by to bylo dobrý.
Možná tam bude něco jako co-op.
Adventure book.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome.
To je poslední Indiana Jones
Enter the
film.
city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret.
Ty máš ozvěnu z toho, ty to slyším od tebe, to, co si pouštím. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
The Order of Giants. Tak to bude brzo?
Jo, ale do září.
To bude.
Pojď Forza Horizon 6. World Premiere.
Myslím, že to je Planetka. To bude další příběhovka.
To vypadá něco jako...
Prostě jak brbr patapim.
A dost.
To je příběhovka další.
Další příběhovka, přesně tak.
No.
Takhle jsem se cítil ve Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 1.
Už jsem pozdrav za sídlu.
Asi tak, no.
OK. Tak jak rychle si odešel, tak se rychle odešel. Když šel, tak rychle odešel, tak zatím čau. Rok 4026.
Stobek. To je
od daleká budoucnost.
Od 2000, 1 let dřív. No.
Později.
No později, no.
Crazy.
Pesně. Ale jako grafiky tam jsou dobré.
Jakože to je tak daleká budoucnost, tak vidím strašně hodně zelených rostlinek. Čekal, že tam nic nebude spíš.
Já jsem čekal, že tam bude jenom pustá paní na Crime City potom, co ji vybombardoval ten...
OK, pojď, Forza.
Tam stojí, je to nějaký Avalon.
Avalon, no.
To bude tak 1900 asi.
Takže něco se odehrává ve středově.
895, no tak tohle to rozhodně nevypadalo, ale OK.
Tak možná.
Life here ain't for the
Zase příběhovka.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust. It ain't for the spineless.
Shrek.
Keep your filthy pickers off me. And as sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Bertold!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Počkat, tahle hra je v tom, že v 1895 nebyli lidi, ale nahradili je robotické části.
Nevím.
They were, trust your instincts, sir. Tall, yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm. Was very quick.
Agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
To pochcel.
To je kokot.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing bag of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Jako moc to nechápu, žánr téhle hry.
Prostě je to příběhovka nějaká, no.
Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened.
Takže tam bude nějaká mechanika s časem.
One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Change the... Je to prostě o čase. Tím kontroluješ čas a budoucnost.
Now let me alone and piss off!
Just play anywhere.
Our creative teams
Mojang Studios.
bringing players award-winning,
Tak tady už to už je jasný.
critically acclaimed games.
Tam bude ten Minecraft Dungeons.
Black Ops 6,
Dvojka, určitě.
Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda.
Ale musí to být Forza.
Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard. and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences don't stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our direct, but until then, let's take a look.
Okay.
World.
Teďka ukážu tu hru, o které mluvili, že?
Xbox Game Studio. Prosím. To musí nějaká blbost.
Praise.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything.
What the fuck?
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their wills and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Omninent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle and Dr. Tully, when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
To strašně vypadá jak začátek nějakého dětského filmu, vole. Nevím proč. Strašně vypadá ten si jak prostě animovaný film.
Ježišmarja.
To bude Grounded zase. To bude Grounded 2. Jo.
To jsem mohl čekat.
Jo. No je v pohodě hra, jakoby.
Jakože vypadáš dobře.
Grounded 2. No to vyjde teď už.
To už vyjde teďka?
John, to teďka vyjde na konci tohoto měsíce. Ne? Ne, to vyjde až za měsíc. To vyjde za měsíc, až další měsíc.
Ne.
Jo.
Jo, vyjde.
Jen prázdnin. Tak crazy, že to jakože teďka oznámí a už to vyjde hned ten rok.
To je docela asi to.
Tak se to má dělat, ne jak GTA, že to oznámí to 10 let předtím, vole, než to vyjde. To musí být Forza.
Tady už je tak 8. ta příběhovka, tady jsou samé příběhovky.
No možná tu Forzu necháš nakonec, protože víš, že to všichni chtějí vidět.
Kámo, že tam bude teďka jumpscare, kámo. Teďka boom. Prostě mutantíka. Jsou prostě mutanti.
Such is our calling.
To nevím, jestli bych chtěl hrát. Ale vyjde to tento rok už. Play anywhere.
Beceda zase.
Co to je zas? To je nějaká středověká divná hra.
Šiška. Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls. To vypadá asi konečně normálně jako. To vypadá, jak že bychom hráli za toho týpečka, nebo že bychom hráli za toho lva.
Počkej, takže je tam pochopit, že všichni ty postavy to jsou jakoby hráči, nebo? Jakoby, asi jo.
Pro všichni píšou, pro všichni do chatu píšou Elko.
Fakt?
No na tom mém streamu, já se dělám úplně na ten stejný jak ty, ale tam všichni píšou do chatu Elko nebo Roblox 2.
Roblox 2 se nestane.
World Premiere.
Ty pojď. Ale no tak, pojď už Forzu, já nechci čekat.
To je něco podobného, jak je Planetcraft.
Počkej, to bude Subnautica, ne? Dvojka. Bude trojka?
Jo,
to strašně vypadá jako Subnautica teďka.
Vypadá. A nebo jak Planetcraft.
To bude buď...
To bude Isontica, já nevím.
You sacrificed
everything
for a new world to save mankind, and I'll always love you for that.
Já nevím.
Já psal Titanfall 3.
Okay, já jsem rád, že jsem tady ten stream dal zvlášť, protože toto jsou jasné kopírované písničky. Dobrý. No.
Jo, to něco bylo tak je Planetcraft. Nebo jak je Subnautica. Že je na jiné planetě prostě. To je skákačka.
To bude spíš příběhovka.
Příběhovka a skákačka zároveň. A na konci najde nějakého druhého týpečka.
Prejže.
Proto spíšu do chatu W nebo Lko. W chápe, proč Lko. Door East. Jo, najde druhého týpečka. To jsem čekal. Game in collaboration with the European Space.
Okay.
Kde
je Forza? Kde je Forza? Kde je Forza?
Xbox Play Anywhere. Prosím tu Forzu.
Prosím Forzu už. Je Forzu. To není Forza.
Having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations. Much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will Wickerman your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make the same mistakes your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
Ta kočka mluví.
Proč mají strom z papíru?
Bude zase nějaká crazy přiběhavka.
Která nedává vůbec smysl.
Hej no.
What the fuck?
To budou nějaké iluze v tom té hře.
No chose at the ground.
Okay.
To je výraz příští rok, to zase nemusím těšit. Se ani netěším.
Forzu. Kde je Forza Horizon 6? Ok, to by mohlo už být. Pojď. Pojď, Forzu! To není Forza. Kámo. Random má rád.
She unlocked the heavenly spears, but is she worthy?
Teda to je plošinovka.
To bude nějaká strategická puzzle. Něco takovýho.
Strategická, plošinová a puzzlová hra, já nevím jak to říct.
To je hlavně o strategii tahle hra.
Je to no. 60 milionů let. Have more kingdom to rule. Nechápem tuhle hru. To jsem je Skyla.
You can't rule if the heavenly spear is mine.
Age Motors. Já chci tu Forzu.
Taky. Tak chci vidět. A doufám, že to ne... Kde si myslíš, že bude Forza Horizon 6 vůbec? Já doufám, jako všichni chtějí, aby to bylo v Japonsku, já třeba nechci, aby to bylo v Japonsku, já chci, aby to bylo třeba v Německu. A v Česku, to bylo nejlepší. Realisticky ono je možné, že by i to Česko bylo.
Tak tam mají Tokyo Drift, ale...
Německo,
bylo Mexiko, to nebylo moc dobré to Mexiko.
Vůbec nebylo. To bude buď Japonsko, Brazílie, nebo něco v Evropě. Nic víc. Ono to nemusí, ono to může být Chile, ono to může být i Chile prostě, no. A prostě doufám, že to bude Německo.
Forza Horizon 6.
Forza Horizon 6 by měla být v Německu, Česku a Rakousku zároveň prostě.
No, tak jako to má takové...
Česko by bylo crazy.
Tam kam jezdí po Karlově mostě. Prostě vletět do Pražského hradu. příběhovka.
Všichni chtějí vidět Forza Horizon 6 v tom chatu.
Jo, tam všichni píšou.
No jako už je já si myslím, že je potvrzený, že Minecraft Dungeons 2 bude v tomhle tom určitě. Ale Forza Horizon 6 to právě uvidíme. Dungeony, ale co, ten Minecraft Dungeons to je strašně dobrá hra.
Když Forza, jakože Forza Horizon 5 má strašně velký úspěch.
Má no. Tak to určitě. Tím, že to díle věnuje GTA 6, já si myslím, že by mohli tu Forza Horizon 6 vydat letos. Mohli by. Třeba nevím, během prázdnin nejlépe.
Jo. Tak
já bych klidně počkali do listopadu, ale prostě
když
to by...
Když vydáš hru, když jsou prázdniny, tak máš strašně velkou bilanci, že ti to někdo koupí, než že to dáš třeba přes normální školní rok.
Zase Thunderful, Wishfully. To je nějaká indie gameska?
To je plošinovka.
OK. Jak to je indie hra? Taká příběhovka.
What the fuck? To je post-apolický svět. To je o tom, že prostě musíš zdrhat těm robotům?
Je to možný.
Planet of Lana 2. Children of the League. Kdy už tam dají tu 5?
Jakou 5?
Já už chci tu 5, ale tam teda tu 6. Prosím.
Forzu!
Oni napínají celý. Oni napínají všechno.
To jste Bethesda, kámo. Nebo co to má být? Bethesda.
To je zase nějaká blbá.
To bude zase něco jako Fallout hra?
Ne.
Hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity.
Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds. Just step up
Fishing simulator.
cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards.
What do you got on there, Jed?
Worms!
And how are they biting today?
See for yourself.
No to nevypadá jako jedlí.
Big fish starts with finding the right tools for the job. There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails.
No toto je v tom Falloutu, jakoby.
Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living.
Prostě nemá naozaj ten
Design and build
charakter.
your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout.
Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Fallout prostě.
World premiere.
OK. Anime hra nějaká? Solo leveling? Oni udělali z toho kamoru. Tak to nechci ani vidět.
Alebo ne.
A to nebude tak dobrý.
Já jsem slyšel, že solo leveling je prostě nějaké anime, nebo co?
No to je anime seriál, teďka to je právě. To není ani k tomu příběhu, jak je normální ten seriál.
To je Fortnite, ne?
Ten týpeček teďka vypadá jak Daigo.
Alice.
Sol.
Podzim?
Coming to prosím, Forzu.
Forzu! Já chci vidět Forzu.
World
premiere.
Forza.
Mě už to pak nebaví. Kam? Co to zase je?
Co to zase je?
To bude dobrá.
To je zase nějaká dětská hra. To je něco s Pokémonama?
To je inspirované Pokémonama.
Tak jo.
Jo. Ježišmarja. Ale jako, vypadá to dobře. A to se ne.
Mně se líbí, jak to prostě má takovou písničku, jakože že to má dobrý vibe a přitom to pravděpodobně bude z většiny úplně nuda.
Ale já jako tohle nepoznáš, o čem je ta hra.
Vůbec. Prostě vle stvoření tam jsou nějaké.
Jakože máš zabít Pokémona a jakože máš tady Pokémona a potom se jako vzít nebo co?
Jak vidím to rozložení, můj brácha, když hraje Genshin Impact, no, to vypadá strašně jako Genshin Impact. To ovládání a všechno.
Kam podle mě ale s tím budu mít auto.
To je prostě, to vypadá jak Genshin Impact, ale pro 8leté, kámo. Já nevím, jak to mám jak popsat.
Inamo. Ale podle, no.
Animo. Ty vole.
Prosím.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Kamo, kdyby Activision Presents, co to zase bude? Prosím,
na co se
to není Forza.
To je nějaká skate hra.
No jo.
Já se díváme se tady na... Díváme se tady na... no.
Jo, oni o tom mají říkali. To je 3, no, to je 3 a 4.
No, díváme se tady na Xbox Game Showcase, co tento rok a příští rok vyjde. Vyjdou za hry. My tady furt říkáme, ať tam bude ukázána Forza Horizon 6, že šance tam je. A čekáme stále na Minecraft Dungeons 2, tom.
Oni dali prostě tady toto dali prostě do lepší grafiky, jinak je to úplně stejné jak...
Ale tohle vypadá jako... Pohodě hra, to bych i klidně tak
vypadá to good konečně jako...
Já mám jako na Xbox 360 koupený Skate 3, takže... Bych viděl, že bych si to i zahrál.
Ninja Turtle,
co tam dělají?
Mikey, co tam dělá Mikey?
Bro.
V září vyjde Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Je to možné.
Tam je to já.
Co tam dělá Doom?
Je.
No jak se jmenuje tohle ten? To není Doom, nebo ne? To je Doom Slayer, nebo?
Doom 5. Doom Slayer.
Nevím. Jak se jmenuje? To je Fortnite, to je ten týpek z Fortniteu, víš?
No, tam je. To je
Forza. To není Forza. Kámo, to je začátek Disney filmů, vole, ne?
Dvě hra. Spirits. Ježi, to bude nějaká ta. To je plošinovka skákačka.
No to bude mít příběh jak Disney film, kámo. Doslova.
Nechápu, koho baví takové hry.
Já to všichni píšu do chatu Elko.
No se nedivím.
What the fuck?
To prostě je Disneyovka. Disneyovka úplně.
O čem to sakra je? At feeds and comment.
Tak. Forza. To není Forza. Všechno, ale ne Forzu, kámo.
To je za hnus.
Ach jo.
To je za splácaninu.
A snad tam bude Škodovka a ne Tesla.
Skoro. Gears of War. To ani není nová hra. Ne, to vypadá, jak kdyby to byl remaster nějaké existující hry. Jo, reloaded, no, takže remastered v podstatě, no.
To je stejné. Please play anywhere. Play the day one Game Pass. Kam prosím. World Premiere.
Okay.
To prosím.
To není Forza. Ne. No možná je? Ne, to se ne.
To nemá takovou grafiku. To je zase nějaká příběhovka.
No počná škola, kámo.
Škoda.
Teď Japonsko raz nějaký. To bude něco podle nějaké hry možná? Ne, podle nějaké show, hra?
To je nějaké anime.
So, what is that shit? Co to je? Persona 4? OK. Myslím si, že to je dobrá hra.
Reval.
Ta hra.
To bylo jako docela malý.
To byl vlastně nějaký jenom teaser.
Asi jo, no.
Forzu. Kámo, to zase není Forza, kámo. Kámo, to mi to strašně vypadá jak jak se říká? Piráti, nebo jak se říká? Pirátská helce na Xboxu teďka. Sea of Thieves tohoto je. To strašně vypadá jak Sea of Thieves.
Co příběhovce.
No to bude spíš trailer na nějaký update v Sea of Thieves. Protože ta grafika vypadá zajímavě. Strašně podobně jak Sea of Thieves to strašně vypadá. To bude update na tu hru, víš. Není nic novýho.
Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smuggler's League.
Upsík.
Kam on představil svoji loď a teďka ji odbouchl.
Sea of Thieves, no. Prostě update na Sea of Thieves. Nová season v tom, nebo co?
No. To je nová sezóna.
Forzu. To? Právě řekl? Tak to není Forza.
To je nějaký Disney film.
To se hýbe jak v Play show, kámo. Dobrý, tak jsem nečekal.
Já taky ne.
Ne, počkej, to bude to Invincible, to bude Invincible hra. To bude Invincible hra. To bude Invincible hra. Invincible!
Kamu si stáhnu.
ODMÓNY, nějaká kunda. Invincible! Cecil! Where is ODMÓNY? Where is he? No, a vcípnul. Are you sure?
Hej, každá rova vypadá takto od Invincible.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
Invincible. Atom Eve. Explode!
I'm not your son anymore.
I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm
Invincible!
Invincible!
I trusted you.
Aha, to je Mortal Kombat. No nic, tak to jsem zklamaný. Já myslím, že to je fakt nějaká hra a ne, to je Mortal Kombat.
Odhaduje se, že Forza vyjde až za 1 rok na jaře.
Na.
A proč bojují proti sobě? Aha, no, oni přidali jenom...
Protože to je protože to je postavy Mortal Kombat. Kámo, já myslím, že to už bude nějaká hra, která byla líkovaná, nebo spíš se o ní mluvilo. Tak to je trapný.
Čekal jsem něco víc. Jo, Invincible Verze.
Invincible Verze, jo. Proč to vypadalo jak Mortal Kombatka?
Nám to dali jen do toho žánru.
To mohli udělat nějakou konečně dobrou hru z toho.
Kámo, co to zase je?
Se stali to na ten týpek, co vypadá jak Naruto, vole.
Proč to vypadá, že ta hudba je skoro stejná jak z toho, z Kapitan a z Piráti z Karapitu.
Jedno.
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
Zase úplně jiná hra.
Hned nástup do hraje příběhu.
Reálně hodně lidí. A já nejsem jeden z nich, bohužel.
Takovýhle žádné hry.
Hodně lidí hrajou příběhovky, actually. Kdyby jich nebylo hodně, tak žádné ani nejsou. A žádné nevznikají. Vzhledem k tomu, že tady v tomhle tam jich je hodně, tak pokládám, že hodně lidí to hraje. Já znám hodně lidí, co to hrajou, tak samozřejmě ty příběhovky. Tak, teďka Forza, jinak odcházím.
Kamu, tady jsme skoro hodinu.
Skoro. Už je hodinu, ta show. Okay, Forza. To není Forza, kámo, nějaký double fine.
Co to je se double dítě? Že se post a post.
Tak to vůbec mám tušení, co by to mělo být.
What the fuck? To je...
Bro, what?
Nechápím. Počkej, ty prostě hraješ za toto.
Tak to je dost crazy.
Já už musím končit.
OK.
OK, tak čus.
Čus. To je dost zajímavá mechanika. Co nového? Ještě nějaká příběhovka další. Keeper. Okay.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox.
$80 za to, že budete hrát za Lighthouse.
We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War
Forza?
and the return of a classic that's been with
New Forza říkali?
Today, you've seen an incredible range of games.
Říkali New Forza? Říkali. Říkali Forza. To jsem si jistý, že to byla Forza. Že mi to ukážou. Jde Forza.
Into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players.
New Forza?
Returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox.
Ne, nemůžu.
The next
Live.
Xbox hardware release. Our Xbox
Nebudu.
Ally handheld.
Já nechci nic přijít potom. Ale hodně hráčů, hodně lidí to tam říkají. Takže to asi byla fakt Forza.
And depth of the games, updates and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners.
Já to už musím ukázat ten trailer. Já chci vidět full trailer a chci očekávat, že to přijde tyto prázdniny. Jak budu zklamaný.
Thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year.
A musí to být v Německu, kámo, Německo, jinak budu smutno, jasně to budu hrát. Německo musí být.
And Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Final? Forza. 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 Forza, 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 Forza.
Welcome to the guild.
To není Forza.
We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance.
Kde je ten Minecraft Dungeons a kde je Forza?
Já si to přehrál a prý to tam fakt říkal.
Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Kámo, ukažte mi Forzu, já chci vidět Forzu, sakra.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason.
To tak moc dlouhé, jo. Call of Duty, to nikdo hrát nebude, kámo. To nikdo opravdu hrát nebude. Ne, že tady už ta show končí, kámo. Já chci vidět Forzu a Minecraft. Dungeons 2. To je na co odpočet zase. To je odpočet na to, kde to opravdu začne, nebo? Kámo, to není konec. Mi neříkej, kámo. Chytnou New Forza a nic?
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of
Your big announcement was Call of Duty. Kámo, to bylo nejhorší, co mohli udělat.
Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMG. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was? There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to...
To je ten Minecraft Dungeons právě taky. Ten tu už měl být.
Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
To mě fakt nezajímá. Skipnout Obsidian, kámo. Amo.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around. So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for this sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of playstyle that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
I love a deep RPG experience, and building out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
Reálně nikdo to stejně hrát nebude. Nikdo to stejně hrát nebude, kámo.
In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick. So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back dumb, so players love the dumb option.
Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Nobody wants this game, přesně. Nikdo nebude hrát toto. Kolik to studio zaplatilo, aby ukázali tuhletu mid a gamesku? Protože fakt to nikdo hrát nebude.
Lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. Could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work. After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty. Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, we actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that, but went even grander. We actually have more perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right? We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets. There's another perk called heavy-handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
And the crowd fell asleep. Přesně.
Oh man, I
really like nuda toto. Forza.
As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game. But we wanted to make it more personal to the player. We wanted it to really reflect how you were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage.
With the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever before. So we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I have bad knees.
You have bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing?
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire. Yeah, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well...
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
Do you need it?
Yeah. Give it back.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
In an hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I hold up?
3?
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
There's one called kleptomaniac. This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal. And like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds.
Proč to zabírá tolik času na tom Xboxu jako koupit toto?
Weapons and armors.
To je taká stračka.
Even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
Musím končit CS.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early and core
story,
but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways.
Bludomir.
So you may solve it by, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across.
CS.
You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and actually sneak in under the bridge.
Já chci vědět, kolik zaplatili tady tomu Xboxu, aby to kurva zabralo půl hodiny zadívat na tu skurvenou hru, kterou nikdo hrát nebude. Forza. No a to, že to ukázali tak dlouho, tak jenom vím, že to nezahraju už.
Entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is
Nikoho to nezajímá tady ta hra.
Who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the refs. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
At the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Ante's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire
Vojáček jako reálně, oni tady furt vyjapujou o téhle hře, kterou stejně nikdo hrát nebude. To nebude nikdo hrát, přesně tak.
If you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The uranium gas leaks at the ODMÉNY repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Ante's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Nebuď.
Klekni si. I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken automechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to discover whether he wants to be another agent or turn his back on the Earth Directorate.
Ono už to jako za chvíli bude končit celá show. Už tak půl hodiny. To skončí. Hej,
That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza who is part of the sub-faction that worships the rifts. And her can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Ante's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts.
Trošku mi spadl stream, lidi. Nikdo si ničeho nevšiml, doufám.
There's a player who survived, however, named in
Au, moje ruka!
to help her fix her graft, among other things.
Kurva, moje ruka.
Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers.
Skipněte to, kurva, nikdo nebude toto hrát.
In the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game.
Oh, já půj, kurva.
Companions are a
Domluv už.
important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space cycle in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
Jak další, kamo, už to skončete, to měl být konec už.
The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Ante's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space.
To utrpení se na to dívat, kámo.
Starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The sovereign uses it to maintain control, anti-choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists in the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Auntie and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of The Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in The Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
Come on!
Better from top to bottom. The RPG elements for the start, that's touched our and gameplay.
Další. Hej, a pak budu mluvit o čem, vole? Skibidi něco, skibidi a sigmy, vole, a pak kokoti a čuráci. A teďka jsou weapons a hovna, vole, kámo.
And I thought we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels.
Kámo, ať už to přestanou tady toto pouštět, tu hru nikdo hrát nebude. Protože to tak představují, tak to jenom skurví, vole. Nikdo to hrát nebude, protože to tak, vole, japujou, kámo.
You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C, capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers. Okay, I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet, sweet pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go. B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we had to put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us? Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Brashko. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, toi. That means 2, sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how a unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the pop-up gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to the Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack, and even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons. We have returning favorites, like the shrink ray. This time it's been upgraded, so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The shrink ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like. One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life, and we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
Come on.
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox.
Jak to, že tam je timer na Grounded 2, neříkej mi, že tam budu rapovat o tamté hře.
Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. No, yeah. Now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds... Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess bread. You ever play bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely...
nedávej nám Direct na Grounded 2.
Take it away, team. And big exit?
Já jsem mohl hrát Fortnite, když jsem na to díval. Kamu ten Direct doufám má 1 minutu.
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. And to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look.
Kamo, nebudete o tom teďka mluvit dalších 20 minut, že? Prosím, ne.
Chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment.
Já to nebudu sledovat. Já to nechám tady na obrazovce jenom tak stlumený. A až uvidím, že to skončilo, tak se vrátím na ten stream, kámo.
Racer. Now getting consistent updates for the next year.
Come on.
That's pretty funny. I do hope they lock in. They need to lock in. If every update feels like 2 updates worth of stuff in this time, with no new Forza for a year and a half, this is the time.
CS.
Lock in! Ivory Tower! Lock in!
Nazdar.
Lock all the way in! What about Black Panther since he does Forza content? Oh, has he been doing Forza content recently? Again, Theo and Nick are fine. They both have audiences that watch them play other games. Both of them are perfectly fine. So is the backstage gonna continue? Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't know. You're asking the wrong guy, but yeah, probably. Fascinating. Forza players another DLC? Ooh, chat, do you think they would do something like that? Because if they will, it would be crazy, and it would be out of nowhere, and it would be maybe a bit weird. Do you think they would do a third DLC? I think that's out of the question, right? Maybe, though. They said they're done? Oh, did they actively say they are done? Okay, yeah, no, then no. Yeah, no. Okay, I gotta head out. See you. Have a great rest of your day. Please, another DLC. New Lego expansion. Chat, this is the time. This is the time. Drop Lego 2. You've got it, Forza. Drop Lego 2. Both FH5 DLCs weren't very good. I thought the rally... when I say thought, I mean I heard. I heard the rally one was fine. Chat, I don't know if the backstage will continue. Probably, but you're asking the wrong guy. Do people still play Hot Wheels in Forza? I don't know. Don't jinx it? Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Reálně, aspoň se budu sledovat tady tohle týpka.
What were people's opinions when that first dropped? Because thinking about it now, imagine being like a...
Protože ten nuda sledovat tam to opravdový ten showcase, kámo, oni tam prostě japujou.
Car guy, right?
Kámo, a ten showcase pravděpodobně za 10 minut skončí. A stále tam není Forza.
And now, look. Nowadays, if you're even like 40 years old, you probably still vibe with Legos and probably have some on display and it's probably whatever. But I can't imagine the 40-year-olds back in 20 whatever when Forza Horizon 4 was active. Did they enjoy it? Because I don't remember. I was like 16. Or like maybe even 14, right? Hot off Lego games, hot into racing games, so it was like, oh, this is nice enough. Except I didn't like that it was the 6-ton. But yeah. Lego's a badass. Hey, yeah, nowadays, I'm talking about back then. Because nowadays, fun fact, Lego is the only toy company making a profit year over year, while other toy companies are completely bombing and failing. Because Lego is switching to young adult products rather than children's products. Well, obviously, they still do the children's products, but they're prioritizing a bunch of young adult stuff. Like art pieces and display pieces and stuff like that. So yeah, Lego is not what Lego was back then. But back then, Lego was what it was back then. You know? Lego makes the most ties in the world. That is a fun fact. Because Lego charged 300 euros for a small box set. Some fans are, of course, 30. Indeed. Nowadays, it's whatever. Nowadays, if you got a Lego set in like your living room, no one's gonna bat an eye. They charge extortionate prices? Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna go by the Suki thing maybe Tuesday? It depends. I got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. So I need to see if I can. But, yeah. The original Forza Horizon was so plus for some fans. Yeah. Forza Horizon 6. What about it? Rip Forza Horizon 2025. Again, yeah. Again, this is the time to lock in. This is the time for the crew to lock in. We've got one update, chat. This next update drops, then the update after this next one is the Year 3 update. Chat, in 4 months from right now, maybe even 3 months, because they'll probably start teasing it 2 months before. Chat, in 3 to...
Everybody talks about the S&P 500. Here are 5 facts every investor...
Come on.
The first promotional stuff for what was essentially the Maui update of the first year, but for next year. Right? Maui 2. We will be seeing in 3 to 4 months from now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Year 3 pass. New island, hopefully. And like probably some big, massive feature, you know? Like the custom mode was, and the prestige store was. Game-changing features. I forgot about the Acura. I forgot that was a concept car. There's a bunch of cars like that, isn't there? Cars that were like lost in concept. Can't get too excited for another island. Maui was different enough to the main island that like I'm looking forward to see a third new completely different thing. You can't handle Forza Horizon 5 or 6. Stick to your TCM. I plan to. Buddy, I plan to. But Horizon 5 I just didn't care to jump onto. Horizon 6 I genuinely might try and jump on like the promotion stuff for it. The build up for it. We'll see. But I'm happy to stick to Motorfest, given there won't be a Forza for a year and a half. I'll happily stick to Motorfest. This showcase is pretty disappointing. I mean, we got one mention of Forza. I need to blow my nose. We got one mention of Forza. We got a new card, I guess. I guess. And Moodang! There was that game. I am hyped for Moodang. Moodang 2 Hearts. That I'm actually excited for. Thank you for beating. The crew needs to add 2-story dirt bikes. Could be fun. I tried to matter. Moodang. Chat. Moodang looks sick. Okay. Moodang. Actually, let me find Moodang again. Can I manage that? Can I find Moodang? Oh god, this is gonna be a pain. I don't remember how late or early it was, but I think it was pretty late. There it is. I found it. Moodang. Haha. This actually looks really good.
국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐. 당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는지.
We have been expecting you. This is where it starts.
We can change the world as we know it. Can you handle that? Let's do this. I'm in. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Že to bude úplně na konci, vole.
Here we go. Please follow me.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Keep your filthy pickers off me! You think I care?
This is gonna be awesome.
Takže proč tam není ani ten Minecraft Dungeons? Dvojka? Proč tam není Forza Horizon 6?
Had enough yet? Form up! It's game time, baby!
Ne, to nemůže být konec. Kde je Forza? Kde je Minecraft Dungeons 2? To bylo...
Nikoho. Spíš.
To neudělali. Kde je Forza? No fucking way. To je ještě PC Showcase. Řekni mi, že tam bude to aspoň to ukázaný. What the f... Kdy to začalo? Komu oni tam zapomněli dát?
Halo.
Ty vole.
Hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2025. My name is Sean Day9 Plot, and once again, I am thrilled to be here with you, showing you the latest game trailers, previews, and world-exclusive first looks at what's ahead in the world of PC gaming. But even more importantly, I'm delighted to be joined again by the co-host with the most, Mika Burton.
Mi řekni, že aspoň tady to ukážel, kámo.
PC Gaming Show, especially since we're cooking up something extra special this year. As you can see, Sean and I are broadcasting today's show from a crucible of clandestine accoutrements.
Oh, that's right. Here in our high-tech hardware workshop, we've assembled some of the finest PC gadgetry for some of the world's smoothest secret operatives. You know where all the spies get all their coolest toys? Well, it's from us.
We've made headsets that double as wall-climbing suction cups.
We've made keyboards that can turn into cars that turn into boats.
We've also built a laptop that's a crossbow that's also a blunderbuss, and I'm afraid to touch it. That's how you know it's good.
We made a gamer chair that turns completely invisible thanks to cloaking technology.
John, this whole chair never actually made it out of R&D.
Well, that's what they want you to think. Regardless, we're in the process of using every ounce of our high-tech, top-secret, burn-after-reading black books engineering at our disposal to build what we call the Rig.
Ooh. The Rig is a top-of-the-line AMD-powered gaming PC, and it could be yours. Because after we build it here today, we will be giving it away to one lucky viewer at the end of the show.
But that'll happen a bit later. Right now, let's kick off the show the PC Gamer way with three world premieres.
Dahlia, I know you're nervous about going home, but you're going to be fine.
Oh.
We don't know the state of the crisis. But a job's a job, right? Get in, get out. Don't get sucked back in. Remember, D, it's just a job.
Sword Coast. Neverwinter. All these places will be consumed.
They call you the Shard Bearer, a piece of Gith's blade within you. The only one who can help us defeating the King of Shadows.
Bring in the accused.
Did you really think you could keep such relics of my people?
Obsidian's 2006 classic RPG, but it's all new and shiny again. Honestly, I'm calling in sick the day it launches.
Ooh, me too. I think my excuse will be food poisoning.
I was gonna go with regular poisoning.
Interesting, go on.
Well, I already have so many sworn enemies and even more unlabeled bottles in my kitchen, so it's entirely believable.
You know what? You do you, my guy. In the meantime, let's check in with Frankie and Jacob about the rig.
Thanks, Mika. I'm here with PC Gamer's managing editor of hardware, Jacob Ridley, and during today's show, we're going to be building an awesome custom PC. Even better, everyone watching will have a chance to win it for themselves.
This PC will be a gaming powerhouse with an AMD Ryzen 9 9950 X3D, a Gigabyte Radeon RX 9070 XT, plus 32 gigabytes of Corsair Dominator Titanium DDR5 RAM.
We're also throwing in a Corsair K70 Pro keyboard, Asus ROG Swift OLED monitor, and a Corsair Nightsword RGB mouse, all handpicked by Jacob.
We didn't forget a thing. We're even including a mouse pad.
That's where your mouse lives, sleeps, and entertains other mice. Let's get to work.
Welcome to the oil business.
A Corsair Nightsword RGB mouse.
I don't have a good history with winning PCs. I think I'll pass on this one.
We're even including a mouse pad.
That's where your mouse lives, sleeps, and entertains other mice. Let's get to work.
Hey there, PC Gaming Show.
It's that guy. He was in a COD or something, right?
How do you stop?
Another year of an Xbox showcase rolling around, and it's another year of no sign of Forza Horizon 6. Microsoft just wrapped up the Xbox Game Showcase for 2025, and the same as last year, there was no mention of Forza Horizon 6. I know I said it last year, but it really feels weird to be making a video about something that didn't happen. Like, the fact that Forza Horizon 6 wasn't revealed, it's weird to be making a video about that. But the fact that it wasn't revealed does mean there's going to be some pretty massive ripple effects for the game's scale, the content at launch, players' expectations, and obviously the release date as well, which is what I wanted to talk about in this video. And also, I briefly wanted to talk about why 2025 made so much sense. I mean, right out of the gate, we sort of have a release date for the next Forza Horizon game. Right at the end of the showcase, Phil Spencer came out to basically congratulate Xbox on next year celebrating 25 years of Xbox, and he said next year we're going to be celebrating that with the release of games like Fable and the next Forza game. He didn't specifically say Forza Horizon, but we know it's Forza Horizon. Other than that though, Forza wasn't mentioned in this year's showcase. And I'm not gonna lie, although yes, on one hand we kind of have a release date, on the other hand it's like, not really. Anyways, let's just carry on. This year was actually really unique for Forza Horizon though, because every single trend pointed towards Forza Horizon 6 releasing later this year. Forza Horizon 5 is actually following a lot of similar trends to Forza Horizon 4 as that game, as FH4 started to wind down its life cycle, as the release of Forza Horizon 5 kind of became imminent in early 2021. One of the most glaring similarities of what happened in the past and what's happening right now is actually how both Forza Horizon 4 and 5 released on new platforms what seems like pretty late on in their life cycle. Forza Horizon 4, for example, released in 2018, but it only released on Steam in March of 2021, right at the end of the game's life cycle. And it was only 4 months later that Forza Horizon 5 was announced in June. And prior to today, we actually thought the same thing was happening with Forza Horizon 5. That game released in 2021. However, it only just released on the PlayStation 5 in April of 2025. We assumed it would have been the same thing, like, oh, a couple of months later, Forza Horizon 6 gets announced in June, but that's not the case. Not to mention, Forza Horizon 5 monthly updates actually stopped back in January earlier this year. The last major update we got was in April, and as it stands right now, we probably won't get any more major updates for Forza Horizon 5. At least the developers haven't said anything just yet. All of these signs kind of pointed towards the development for Forza Horizon 5 clearly ramping down and the developers focusing on the next project, which was Forza Horizon 6. Well, at least we thought that's what was going on. I think it's also worth mentioning just how insane the development cycle for Forza Horizon 6
might end up being. If FH6 does end up coming out next year in 2026, that means it's going to be on a 5-year development cycle. 2021 for FH5, 2026 for FH6. Just to put in perspective how crazy that is, that's the same amount of time it took the developers to release Forza Horizon 1, develop and release Forza Horizon 2, develop and release Forza Horizon 3, and then get halfway through that game's life cycle as it was almost going into Forza Horizon 4. We'll come back to this whole development cycle thing in a second because I think it does tell us a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes with the next Forza Horizon game, but we'll come back. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you and I, as the hardcore Forza fans who have been with this franchise for a very long time, are gonna look at the lack of...
Dobrá rozhodnutí by měla chutnat skvěle. Flora, začátek něčeho dobrého.
News and kind of go, that's disappointing. Here's my thought process though, and why I feel like this lack of news is actually really, really important and kind of impactful for the future of the game. Oftentimes when a game is quote-unquote delayed, FH6 wasn't delayed, but same sort of deal, you get the idea. Players' expectations will oftentimes do one of two things. Number one, players' expectations will skyrocket, thinking the developers now have more time to develop the game, therefore the game's going to be bigger and better than it would have been without that extra development time. Valid thinking there. Or number two, expectations go down because players think that the developers are having trouble developing the next game, which is a very common thing that we've seen recently with a lot of other games. So therefore player expectations come down. Again, a very valid way of thinking about things. Here's why I think though things for Forza Horizon are actually a little bit different this time around. You know how we oftentimes like to poke fun at the developers being like, haha, copy pasted, haha, they're very environmentally friendly because they're recycling things all the time, haha. Funny joke. Here's the thing though, if Forza Horizon was truly just copy pasting things and building in a new map, this game would have come out 2 years ago. Think about it, right? If you're Xbox who has a cash cow like Forza Horizon and you've just spent many billions of dollars buying Call of Duty, you need to recoup some of that money as quickly as possible from every single property you have. And if you can launch a Forza Horizon game, copy pasting everything from the previous one, developing a new map, getting it out the door, making a bunch of money, you're gonna do that every single day of the week. But that's not what's happened with Forza Horizon 6. And because of that, I think this game might actually be bigger than a lot of people think. I've never developed a video game before, so these are only my thoughts from somebody looking from the outside in. But based off the fact that they're clearly not just copy-pasting stuff from the previous game and getting the game out the door, one would have to assume that Forza Horizon 6 is going to be far bigger and far more complex than any other Forza Horizon game we've ever had. One of the ways I think this gets even more interesting is because right now, Playground Games is developing both Forza and Fable. Both of those games are using the Forza tech engine, and I wonder if the developers are taking Fable tech and implementing it into Forza Horizon in some way or another. One of my big theories for the next Forza Horizon game is that you'll be able to get out of your car, walk around in key areas like a garage or car meet, or even your house, for example, to check out cars and have a true car meet experience using the tech developed for Fable. But it might just be features like that that are brand new to the Forza franchise and brand new to the Forza tech engine. They've never developed them before. They might be a little bit more difficult than initially anticipated, and that could be one of the reasons we haven't heard about FH6 just yet. Side note, if we actually bring it back to the topic of money and making as much money for Xbox and Microsoft as possible, I think launching in 2025 would have actually been the optimal time. Forza Horizon 5 just launched on the PlayStation 5 for the first time ever, opening up Forza Horizon to a ton of new potential players, and they've really been enjoying it. For the past couple of weeks, Forza Horizon 5 has actually been the #1 most sold game on PlayStation 5 in North America and in Europe. And if you've got all of those new people jumping into the franchise for the first time ever, the best thing you can do is later on in the year, drop a new experience for them. It would sell extremely well. Essentially, the developers have the most hype they've had in years for the Forza Horizon franchise, and
from this point on, that hype will only go down and down and down. The business play, the logical play would have been, hey, announce Forza Horizon 6 right now to capitalize on that hype and get players hooked early. And then, hey, go and launch it on Xbox and PC later on in 2025, launch it on PS5 early 2026, the same ways Xbox is done with games like Indiana Jones, for example. All of this being said, though, what does this mean for Forza Horizon 6 and subsequently Forza Horizon 5? Well, to be honest, we have no idea. At the end of the day, the lack of announcement kind of leaves us with more questions than answers. Again, I'd love to hear what you think, though. When do you think Forza Horizon 6 is going to come out, and why do you think it's taking so much longer than any other Forza game has taken to develop? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to do some reading as I cry myself to sleep tonight. It's a bit of a disappointing day as a Forza fan, but hopefully the developers have something up their sleeve to keep us engaged over the next 365 days. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.
To bylo nejhorší fakt zklamání. Dobrý, že se s vámi loučím dneska. To bylo fakt zklamání tady na ten Xbox Live Showcase. Neukázal ani Forzu, ani Minecraft Dungeons. Prostě kokot.